Hello and welcome to Leica Review. Today I want to discuss a very important topic that keeps coming up in my workshops, in my classes, in a lot of the forums that I've seen this question asked time and time again. And the question is, what is the best value lenses from Leica? Because as you may know, Leica lenses are very expensive and comparatively they perform very well, but some are considered to be high priced or overvalued. But does that really mean that these lenses are charged at a premium and that they don't deserve the price? Well, those are the questions that I want to answer today. And these questions I hope will help you to select lenses that are very useful for you in the future. Now, you may own some of these lenses or you may just be looking into purchasing them, but knowing the benefits of owning these lenses and seeing what the value they hold is very important. And I want to begin by discussing one of the most popular lenses, which is the 35mm Summilux. That lens that I hold in my hand is a very fast lens. And one of the reasons I like this lens is because it's very lightweight. When you are shooting at 35 millimeters at 1.4 aperture, you are going to get a lot of light. That means that this lens is going to be a great performer in low light situations. And the fact that it's a medium wide angle lens means that you can use it in any situation, whether you're doing portraiture or whether you're doing landscape or if you're doing general photography. This lens is well worth the money. Now, you may say, well, this lens costs a lot more than the Summicrones or the other lenses that are in the market, and why should I pay the difference? Well, for several reasons. First of all, when you buy this lens, this is the top of the line lens from Leica. That means that this lens probably will not be upgraded to a faster lens in the near future. Now, there are a lot of lenses in the market that have gone up to 0.95 in the aperture, but this lens at f1.4 is still one of the fastest lenses in the market. And for that reason, I don't see that Leica would find any value in upgrading this lens to any faster lenses. And beyond that, I find this lens to be excellent in terms of sharpness, in terms of contrast. Now, some might argue that are there any other lenses that outbeat this lens in from Leica's lineup? Well, if you consider this lens wide open, the 28mm f1.4 is supposedly a little sharper, but when you look at the MTF charts, this lens outperforms most of the lenses in Leica's lineup. And it is for that weight, it's for that difference in quality, and the fact that it can perform in low light situations, it makes this lens worthwhile investment. And more importantly, if you are going to own this lens and one day you decide that you want to sell it for any purpose or for any reason, you're going to find a lot of buyers who are looking for this lens because this is one of the standard lenses that most people want to own. Now, the next lens I want to discuss is a very important lens which you probably know and expect that, and that is the Noctilux. Now, this is over 10,000 US dollars, but this lens is a keeper because several reasons. One, this has about 4 decades of know-how built into it. The know-how of creating great optics is all put into this lens, and this lens performs spectacularly. It has this most beautiful bokeh that you could get from just about the best lens in the market. And beyond that, it is very fast, 0.95. At 0.9 aperture, it has this amazing ability to gather light. And that's why it's large and big. And that's why it's probably called light of the night. And it is this lens that will give you the ability to shoot in any condition in terms of light. And it performs exceptionally well even at apertures at a 5.6 f8 as well as at f2. That means you can use this for portraiture as for general photography, and a 50mm is the lens that most photographers should have in their bags at all times. Whether you are a beginner or advanced, this is the lens that will give you that advantage in terms of creating amazing images. And you can see the fall off that happens from the the section that is in focus, the out of focus area, giving you that three-dimensionality. And as an investment, these lenses go up in value year after year. Whether you bought it 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, those lenses are worth a lot of money. In fact, if you look at the first generation of these Noctilux lenses at f1.2, they were worth over $20,000. That's a lot of money. And imagine these lenses 5 years from now, they will hold their value. And that is for that very reason a great investment in owning it. Now, this lens, of course, is a heavy lens. You may not want to carry it all day long, but it's a lens that will serve you great if you are into getting something amazing. And this is the reason why I carry it even whenever I travel. Now, I will also mention the older lenses from the Noctilux. This is a f1.0. It has this beautiful image renditioning that is very unique. It's very characteristic. It is from the era of Walter Mandler, and it is one of the lenses that I love owning, and I recommend it to anyone if you don't have the money to afford the bigger one. This one, it's 0.95. It's a lot heavier than the smaller lens that is at f1. But this lens and this lens have many different characteristics. At 0.95, you're getting a very modern look, very sharp look, and very accurate lens. This one has its own character, it has its own uniqueness. In fact, I could even say there are two different lenses in terms of renditioning. And if you like the older look, this is the lens to go for. Now, having said that, I'm not done with the 50s, because the 50mm, there is one lens that is hardly ever mentioned. No one talks about it, but it is my favorite lens. I love it more than almost my Noctilux. It is the two lenses that I will take with me wherever I will go, and it is the Summilux Apple at 50mm. Not the regular Summilux, because regular Summilux costs 1/3 the price. Yes, you heard it right, 1/3 the price of this lens. And the reason this is very special, it has apochromatic capabilities. That means it does not have purple fringing, or it is reduced to the bare minimum. And it is for this reason this lens is accurate. You look at the MTF charts, it's all flat. And it makes this lens a superb investment, because not only is it light, it is the lens that you can keep on your camera wherever you travel. And it is the lens I love using the most, because I can just use it wherever I go, and I can use it for portraiture, I can use it for general photography. I have even used this to get beautiful renditions of landscape. And you might say, well, shouldn't you be using a wider angle lens? Well, 50mm, if you know how to use it and get that beautiful crop, it's an amazing lens. You could shoot bridges, you can shoot buildings, you can shoot urban landscape, and it will give you that beautiful renditioning. And the images will be very accurate, because this lens has one of the lowest distortions that has ever been achieved in lens technology. In fact, this lens has not been surpassed by any other lens from my point of view, because a lot of people talk about other lenses that are very sharp, very nice, but they're very heavy. This one is light, it performs spectacularly. You can use it on many different bodies with adapters, and I love using it on my Leica. Now, I hope this has been an informative review, and I hope you like this review. Please do press that like button. Please visit our website, and we would appreciate if you subscribe to our channel. We have also created what we call the Patreon to support our project, to bring you more independent news and announcements and reviews. So please do visit that page as well to support us in our efforts to bring you more reviews. And I appreciate you watching, and I see you in our next review.